Would you rather look rich and be poor or look poor and be rich? What if I told you that's the reality? One saying I like is keep buying discount bread until you can buy the whole bakery. Today we're going to talk about why looking poor is important and how it can help you build long-term wealth. So first up is the perception of wealth. A lot of people when they're starting out in life, especially in their 20s, I did this, a lot of my peers did this. You want to look successful. You want to look like you've accomplished something, which society that's normally running completely in the wrong direction, as example of how many people here are living paycheck to paycheck by each generation. Millennials doing great. About a third of us are living paycheck to paycheck now. But there's this perception of wealth that if you have nice clothes, nice cars, nice places, you have a cute Instagram or whatever, that you're successful, even if you're drowning in debt. And it's so much better to have some savings and less flashy stuff than to have more flashy stuff and have no savings or have a bunch of debt. There's these common perceptions of money. So like poor people buy things with it, buy widgets with it. And we're all guilty of this too. The middle class buy cars, half of them on loan, and then they go and buy a bigger mortgage. And so when they get a bonus or a raise, all they get is more in debt. What wealthy people do is they buy assets, and then they keep accumulating assets until those assets can pay for their lifestyle. And they have delayed gratification, just like the marshmallow test for little kids. And so if you can buy assets, and everyone starts at zero, generally, I'm not talking about trust fund babies. Generally, everyone builds up, and then eventually their assets, their passive income, can actually pay for their lifestyle. And once you do that, then you can go and buy the nice car. Then you can go buy the nice house, whatever. But if you wait, you're going to just build generational wealth, I think. There's this other saying that I like from the minimalists, and I think I maybe heard it from Dave Ramsey too, but it's like, stop buying things you don't really need with money you don't have to impress people you don't even like. And I really like that because it's like, who are you trying to impress? Does anyone actually care? Do your friends care if you have a brand new car or brand new clothes? Or are they just friends with you because they like you who you are? And so I just encourage you to be around people that want to spend time with you, not because of the price tag of your clothes. Like, who cares? Buy the staple pieces, sure. And buy a couple nice shirts here so I'm not just always wearing painter clothes. But after that, it's just no one really cares if you have a turbocharged whatever car, you're just going to get groceries anyways. Second is it's super expensive to look rich. A starter house in my area is $400,000 probably now, which is crazy. And then a nice house is $800,000. And obviously the difference on that is twice as much. The mortgage is twice as much. It's not 10% more to have a nicer house, nicer car. It's double. You can buy a super nice Honda or Toyota that will run forever for $20,000, maybe $30,000, or you can go buy a $60,000 Porsche or Beamer or whatever, but those cars are generally less reliable. They're zippier, if that's important to you. They're just twice as expensive. And then the clothes are twice, quadruple as expensive. And you don't need to shop at Walmart, but you also don't need to shop at Gucci if they even sell clothes. I don't really know what I'm talking about there. And also there's the freedom of choice. Once you have savings and have money built up and you can afford to buy things, your want for those things kind of goes away. You buy a couple things, but then you realize you're on the hedonic treadmill and you just go through these emotions and you buy something, you get an Amazon package, you get the dopamine hit, and then you're like, okay, great. Now I just have to maintain the thing and store the thing. And so that's also not intuitive to a lot of people, is more expensive stuff is way more expensive to maintain. Nice cars, the oil changes are twice as much, the cars are twice as much, the tires are, the insurance, the maintenance is double, triple. It's crazy, really. Same on houses. I got a buddy who's a painter, and he was saying quoting to paint a house is $7,000 for an average modest house. The same size house that's super nice with granite countertops, you can charge $14,000 for paint. It has nothing to do with the countertops. The third reason why it's important to look poor is it just for your mental health, which is just a crisis throughout the country and probably the world these days. Being in debt is stressful. Being debt free is less stressful. Anyone who disagrees with that's probably still in debt. And so having an emergency fund, because we all get emergencies, that's better to have an emergency fund so you can just pay for new tires and you can pay for medical bills when they happen and then just like move on with your life. And just having financial security, as well as having some sort of gratitude. A process that I think is way underrated in today's society is being grateful for the things you have. You actually probably have clothes that fit you and that look good on you. You can just keep using those. That's fine for one more month while you save up to pay down your credit card or something like that. We all could use a little more gratitude. Just be content with what you have. Buying more shit is not going to make you a better person. It's not going to make your self-happiness. It's not going to make your mental health any better. And then last up, we have financial security. So if you make $4,000 a month as an example, and you save $100 a month, or you save $1,000 a month, you're going to build wealth 10 times as fast. And then I'm a big fan of like the financial independence, retire early movement. I don't think I'll actually ever retire early, but if you save up $1,000 every month, you're going to be able to retire 10 times as fast as somebody that saves $100 a month, literally 10 times as fast. You're going to build wealth faster and you're going to need less in retirement. And so if maybe you want to take a sabbatical year, if you can live within your means for a short period of time, you can start to generate these assets that are kicking off passive income. And then you can start to build wealth independent from your job. And it just provides a whole level of security that you can't even relate to, at least me personally, when I was up to my eyeballs in debt. And so building financial security, financial freedom, financial independence, that's going to be a huge outcome of looking poor, and then you're going to be rich. So I'm a big take action guy. So now what can you do about it? So first up, prioritize your financial goals over just buying more stuff. And so what are your long-term goals? Paying off your credit card, paying down medical bills, saving up an emergency fund. Those things are all great to do. So are those things you're working towards? And you're going to feel a huge level of accomplishment and fulfillment when you pay off some of those bills, some of that debt. And so keep working on those things and prioritize success in building wealth versus maximizing your credit score and being more into debt. Second up, and this is something to improve on your gratitude and contentment, write down how do you prefer to spend your time on the weekend? So what's it doing? Maybe it's hiking, camping, going out with friends, but you probably spend a lot of money in some avenue that doesn't actually bring you happiness. So look at where are you spending your money and spend the most money on things that bring you the most joy, and then cut ruthlessly on things that don't actually matter to you. And you'll probably realize your life doesn't get a lot worse. It doesn't suck. And you're starting to build wealth and pay down debt even faster. And lastly, this kind of goes against the grain of the whole video. So apologize if this rubs you the wrong way, but I do think it's worth to invest in a few of the basics. So get yourself some things that make your life better, whether it's a staple set of clothes, whether it's a decent looking car, whether it's a respectable house. There are some things there so you just don't look like a dirtbag that are worth investing some money in. But after that, like, actually think about, is this a luxury item? Is this a need or a want? So that's why I think looking poor is important for building wealth. Make sure to subscribe below, and thanks for your time all. See you in the next video.